What's going on, guys? Welcome to today's video. Today is for all the new players coming into the First Descendant and the Descendants who are already playing the game and love it. Just go ahead and chill out for a bit. We're going to break down the 3 starting Descendants you need for a new player coming into the game. And I'm going to go ahead and break them down informational wise in the very beginning of this video so you guys can understand exactly what to expect when you come into the game. And then I'll show you guys my favorite and the best beginning Descendant in my opinion, and some gameplay along with it as I talk about them, right? So first off, we need to talk about Lepic. What is Lepic's abilities, right? He is a DPS role. Now, some people thinking, oh, DPS, oh, I gotta go for DPS. Yes, there is a benefit to having DPS, but also there is a withdrawal of being very weak. Now, but I'm gonna go ahead and explain my opinions on each one of these and also give you guys a full description so you guys can be the judge of what you think is the best beginning Descendant. Okay, so his role is a DPS, right? He features a dealer who uses grenades to attack, clears the battlefield with his technical prosthetic arm, and grenades which boast a powerful performance, right? So his Descendant ability is fire. Okay, so here's why I'm saying that here comes a weakness with this. His ability is fire. There are intercept battle bosses who are strong against fire, which means he will not be useful against those bosses. So you see why there's a disadvantage and an advantage with using it, right? So let's go ahead and break down his passive skill. Close call. There is a chance of surviving fatal damage during battle. Now you can say, oh, that sounds amazing because now if I'm about to die, I have a chance of actually staying alive. Yeah, that's true. But I'll tell you why there's actually a better option than just that. Okay. All right. So his first ability, which is the ability that you'll be able to have when you first start the game, is throw a grenade forward at the enemy. So basically, if you played any like Call of Duty or FPS games, it's basically just throwing a grenade, right? So his second ability is overclock, right? Increases all skill ATK and adds a burn effect to grenade and overkill for a set duration. His third ability, traction grenade, throws a traction grenade forward to pull the enemies within range. Now this is a very useful skill. I highly recommend using this if you ever use Lepic. I would use this as much as possible. Yes, there's a cooldown per skill, but I would use this skill as much as possible, right? Overkill. Basically, this is his ultimate. So the fourth slot here is like the ultimate. Fires a powerful shell at the enemy. The shell is maintained at the landing point for a set period of time, inflicting consistent damage. So he's basically a dot character too, and an extra burns when overclock is active. So that's pretty good, right? And what is overclocked again? It's this skill right here. So when this is active, this also creates extra burn. Okay. So this is what Lepic is. Like I said, I want to have the best Descendant in the beginning that works for everything I do. All right. So we'll break them down in a second. All right. The next one is, okay, so the next one is Viessa. So this is another option you can choose in the beginning. Viessa is a debuffer, okay? A debuffer who uses chill at will. She uses chill to freeze enemies in place, unleashing a cold snap-like attacks as she weaves her way between them, right? So her attribute is chill. Now, here again, like I said with Lepic, this attribute works, but it doesn't work for every intercept battle boss, because there are, or actually enemies who have a high resistance against chill. You see what I'm saying? So there's an advantage and a disadvantage with this one, right? So let's go ahead and break down her passive skill. Okay, Ice Sphere. Creates an ice sphere floating around her body when inflicting enemies with the ice shackle effect proportional to the effect stage. The ice sphere will automatically fly towards nearby enemies and deal a damage to the target and its surroundings. Frost Shards. Fires an explosive ice beam inflicting damage and ice shackle around the enemy around the area it hits. Okay. Frost Road. Increases running speed and shield and creates ice sheets on the ground where Viessa stands. When enemies come into contact with these ice sheets, they are inflicted with Ice Shackle. Cold Snap releases an arc of cold air in front, inflicting damage and Ice Shackle. Blizzard, okay, so this is her ultimate, right? Blizzard creates a snowstorm that explodes over time, inflicting damage and Ice Shackle on enemies caught within. Now, like I said, guys, if you're trying to do this to have like one of the best beginning starts, I highly recommend avoiding these characters that have a specific attribute, okay? Like chill, fire, toxic, you know, stuff like that, right? But don't get me wrong, I love each one of these characters. They're really good to use if you want to go ahead and, like, for example, like I said before, intercept battles where it requires you to use a certain ability and a certain attribute to do more damage, right? So highly recommend actually unlocking all these descendants so you can have that option when it presents itself. Trust me, when you're a new player, you won't understand what I'm talking about, but as you progress through the game, I promise you, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about as I explain it here. All right, finally, yes, the best descendant to choose. Yes, I'm going to say it, AJAX. Why is it AJAX? Is because he has a non-attribute ability. Like, he works for everything. He's just a tank. That's it. Like, literally, that's it. He's a tank. That's why I said he works for everything. He's defensive. He keeps people alive. I can't express how many times I've actually carried people with the AJAX and also using auto equip. I wasn't doing no abilities. Like, I wasn't, no, I was using abilities, but I wasn't using like mods like really well. I wasn't upgrading mods. I went from 0 to 35 without upgrading a single mod, and I'm not lying to you. Okay, so go ahead and let's talk about it. Right, role. His role is a tank, so obviously that's why he can survive a lot longer. He's a tank build, a tanker who utilizes void energy. He leads the team with a force field that protects allies while deflecting enemy attacks. And also keep in mind that shield also does damage to enemies as well. But let's go ahead and break down his passive skill. Event Horizon. Acquires void energy after using skills. When the void energy reaches its maximum amount, it enhances skills and grants additional effects. Orbit Barrier. Creates a shield in front of AJAX. Durability increases proportionally to AJAX HP and defense. Void Walk. Leaps into the air, which is so cool. Leaps into the air and lands on the ground to strike nearby enemies, stunning them. I use that a lot, especially when I want to like jump to a far distance. Think of, if you ever watched the Hulk movie, that's exactly what it does. Like when he jumps in the air and like jumps super far away and then smashes to the ground, that's exactly what that is, right? Okay. Expulsion. Strikes nearby enemies, knocking them back. So this is a good ability to use, especially like when you're getting crowded by a whole bunch of mobs or anything like that. You just go ahead and unleash expulsion, and then you knock everybody back, and also you can potentially kill them as well. All right, Hypercube creates a dome shaped shield. Durability increases proportionally to AJAX HP and defense. So as I said, guys, he fits every descendant, every intercept battle, because he has a non-attribute. So he doesn't have fire. So if for example, a boss is weak or strong against fire, this doesn't relate to him because he's just more of a defensive. And then whatever attribute that you need to complete the intercept battle bosses, you just put that mod on. It's called fire enhancement. It's called toxic enhancement. It's called electricity enhancement. It's called chill enhancement. You have the ability to use this character and main him from the start to the end game and just improve your guns and weapons to the attributes needed for the weaknesses of the descendant bosses. So as you guys can see, guys, I'm leaving you guys some gameplay, and I hope you guys will enjoy this video at the end. And also let me know in the comments below what you guys think. Hit that like button and subscribe, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.